Hey guys, it's Matt here. So, wow, WrestleMania 27 is finished. It's in the books. The road to WrestleMania is done. And I just want to review, to me, the highlights of WrestleMania 27. Before I do that, let me get on my first big gripe of this WrestleMania. The biggest gripe of the night that I had. They left out, or more or less they did not televise the Daniel Bryan-Sheamus match for the United States Championship. Now, when it went right from the 6-person mixed tag team match right to the WWE Championship, I was left scratching my head, and later it turns out that that match was on WrestleMania, but it was a dark match. Not only was it a dark match, but it was also changed to a non-title Battle Royal. I mean, to me, they really could have cut down on some of the segments and match lengths to fit this thing in, but hopefully it'll be on the DVD. So, things that really stuck out to me this WrestleMania. We had an opening just like I thought it would be. We had The Rock coming out, gearing up, pumping up everybody for the WrestleMania to follow. You know, showing off his new attire, which was pretty cool, and just, you know, doing the, the quotes, the sayings, getting everybody in the Georgia Dome geared up for what was going to be a night to remember. And let me tell you, it was. Next good highlight was a backstage segment, also with The Rock, where he was talking to the WWE Women's Champion Eve, saying, The Rock can create all sorts of magical moments, especially at WrestleMania, and the next person to walk from behind this curtain behind me, I'm going to make a magical moment with them. And I thought it was going to be a cool, wrestler like John Cena. But then Mae Young comes around the corner, and I was like, oh, it's WrestleMania, why not? So Rock has a little conversation with Mae Young, and she says she wants the People's Strudel, and it was good because I was glad they brought back the People's Strudel because they kind of left that out, and I was starting to think, okay, it's PG, they're going to leave it out. But hey, they brought it back, so everything's all good. And then Eve and Mae Young walk away, and Rock's like, for all the people that have could have come from behind that curtain, Mae Young. And then it turns around and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And let me tell you, I was so excited. I was like, oh, dang, this is sweet. And they have a little stare down and they have a little chit chat. How you doing? Good. Ready to kick ass tonight? Always I am. So cool, because it gave me chills. I mean, even though they'd probably never be in a match again together, I was really excited for it, and it didn't last very long, but I don't care. It was at WrestleMania. It was them two guys. They can put on a match like no other. It was amazing. Loved it. And then we get Undertaker versus Triple H. Now, the only problem I had with this match was it seemed like they wanted to really utilize the no-holds-barred stipulation, which was okay. But it just, to me, seemed like it was like all action and destruction and mayhem right out the gate. And then it was wrestling, which, as opposed to the Undertaker-Shawn Michaels matches, it was wrestling, destruction. They intermixed it, whereas with this one, it was like flash bang right out the gate. Destroying tables, destroying Michael Cole's little coal mine, destroying the steps, destroying the barricade, which was kind of saying to me they want to do all this destruction because they're not sure if they're going to be able to bring it in a match, which I was gladly mistaken. They did bring it in the match, and it did put me on the edge of my seat. I mean, wow, it gave me the same feeling that I had when I was watching Undertaker-Shawn Michaels 1 and Undertaker-Shawn Michaels 2. In a way, even back in WrestleMania 17, when it was Stone Cold versus The Rock. Like, I was so excited, holding my breath, going, ooh, at the near falls and whatnot. But the moment that got me was when Triple H was telling Undertaker to stay down, and he did the cutthroat, and he gave Undertaker Tombstone Pile Driver, and the Undertaker kicked out. Oh my gosh. I immediately got on the phone with my friend after the match. All we could say is, holy shit, wow, it was awesome, oh my god, There were not enough adjectives in the book to describe this match. It was great. And then we get the John Cena Miz match. Alright match. It was an alright match. Only because John Cena acted like he was Jeff Hardy, or like Charlie Sheen, or he was Randy Orton, that went for a RKO or DDT and got shoved off by Triple H and got his eyes all glazed over. Like, he was just out of it. He was tripping. He was almost botching stuff. Like, he was out of his element. And I was like, okay, either this is storyline driven or they're just slacking. So, match ends in a draw. Both guys outside the ring. Miz looked like he slammed his head so hard in that concrete outside the ring. Ooh. And then we get a draw. And then The Rock comes out. I knew he'd come out. I didn't know when, but he comes out, and I'm happy. Comes out, basically, he's like, the match is not going to end this way. Not at WrestleMania 27. Hell no. Hell no. Him and Stone Cold were both cursing up a storm tonight. It was great. Comes out. GM thing goes off. The Rock goes over there and he's like, can I have your attention, please? I received a email from the anonymous Raw general manager. I think. And he's like, it doesn't matter what you think. It knocks the thing off. Oh, great. Great. And then Rock restarts the match. Now, I like The Rock coming out and all, but this seemed like it was a Money in the Bank cash-in, or something like that Vince McMahon would do, where he'd come in, the match would be alright, and then it'd be restarted just to end really quick. So, for that, the amount of time that it took and how long it was a bit disappointing, but I like how The Miz went over. I loved how The Rock finally got his hands on John Cena and then ended up giving the people's elbow to The Miz. That was great. And then we ended this WrestleMania just like we had, previous WrestleManias with, The Rock in the ring, The Rock above everyone because everyone else was laid out, fans going crazy, the people eating it all up. And for all you guys, that review Raws and SmackDowns and that will review WrestleMania, they'll go into details about what happened, but those are just my WrestleMania 27 highlights. So all I have to look forward to now is April 4th, 2011, Monday Night Raw, to see what's going to happen next. See ya.